Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is RandoGEEK. So I have an article here that I find interesting, but at the same time wasn't sure if I should share it with you because it's kind of obvious here in the world that we're living in, and I'll get to that in a minute. But, I saw the article and I'm like, you know what? I was like, yes, no, maybe, but no, I'm going to do it because if you're an AT&T customer, you should know at least about what's going on. This way you can make decisions as a customer on, sit down and process it and decide whether or not you want to stay with them based on what we're going to talk about. Maybe this will be salt to a wound that already happened too. Maybe you're already fed up with them and now maybe you'll really be fed up with them. But either way, as a wireless network commenter, I figure, listen, I'm going to just share it with you guys. You make that decision. You have the right to know. This is what we talk about here. We talk about what goes on with these companies, and this is pretty big news, though. Think about it like this. The U.S. government is using AT&T to apparently, based on claims report, spy on U.S. citizens. Now, we know that this is normal. In 2023, this is very normal. We're all being spied on every day, everywhere you go, pretty much. I mean, when you walk past a car, they have cameras there. Most people have cameras in their car now due to, possible, for insurance purposes or whatnot, in case they get into an accident or whatnot, or whatever other craziness that happens in the world that we live in, right? But there's cameras everywhere. So we're being spied on, whether we like it or not, daily, almost all the time. Every piece of technology we use has their eye on us. That's normal. We've already known this. But what's really interesting here is how this is playing out, how AT&T is basically partners with the U.S. government at this point. And here's what they're doing. So there's a program called Data Analytical Services, DOS. So that's the short term. The U.S. government has reportedly been spying on its citizens for years, they're saying, with AT&T in regards to this program. So there was a report, according to Wired, okay, this is where they're getting this information from, and they're saying that the surveillance initiative, DOS, aka Data Analytical Services program, has been used to track over 1 trillion domestic phone records annually within the United States. They're saying that this program has to have enabled federal, state, and local law enforcement to scrutinize the phone data of countless Americans, including non-suspects and victims, for more than a decade. So according to an internal memo obtained by Wired, the program known as DOS initially went by the name of Hemisphere. So they partnered with AT&T and they use infrastructure to collect and analyze call records for various law enforcement agencies across the United States. DOS not only focuses on individuals who are in direct contact with criminal suspects, but is also claimed to extend its scrutiny to anyone connected to these individuals. The program is said to formally allow federal, state, and local law enforcement to access and analyze large amounts of domestic phone records spanning over a decade, they're saying, including those of non-suspects and even victims. Through chain analysis, the program scrutinizes individuals connected to suspects and criminals without direct suspicions of wrongdoing. So according to the report, Senator Ron Wyden has expressed serious concerns regarding the legality of the Data Analytical Services program and has addressed these concerns in a letter to U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland. In this letter, Wyden highlighted troubling information that was confidentially shared by the Department of Justice, the DOJ. The information is classified as sensitive but unclassified, they're saying, and is forbidden from public dissemination, but could still potentially outrage the public if disclosed. All right. They're saying that these leaked documents are said to have revealed the extensive use of DOS data by law enforcement agencies for various purposes. They're saying this report claims identifying associates of suspects and solving cases that are not even related to the original investigation. So despite initial suspension and changing funding under different governments, They're saying the White House is said to have allocated over 6.1 million since the year of 2013. So, here's the thing. Like I said, I'm not mad at AT&T for doing this, and I expect it. I expect the government to spy on me. And it doesn't really matter if it's AT&T, T-Mobile, or Verizon that helps them. All this means is that AT&T truly is a reliable network, that they're so reliable that the government is willing to use them. However, a lot of customers may be upset about this. I've read comments. There's like one comment in the article, and there's a couple of other versions of this article. I chose this one. It seemed to be the most organized and presentable. I wanted to give you guys a link that was the most presentable version of this story. And this one looks pretty good, if you ask me. And with that being said, you can't really be mad about it. But there are some customers that will be. And I figured, well, if you're an AT&T customer and you really don't like this, well, you have the idea to know. If you're someone that's so against it, you can switch carriers. I don't think it will be any different. It's just a matter of who they chose to be on their side. Maybe they felt AT&T had the most reliability. As far as the network, AT&T is very large. They've been in the game for so long. They have a very large, reliable network. We talk about this all the time. They may not be the fastest network as far as 5G is concerned. You're not popping the best speed tests in most places, but you're going to get that call. The network works. And when it comes to reliability, AT&T is a good choice. So I guess that was very interesting to me that they chose AT&T. But, I think what's going to happen here is they're going to try to find a way to justify it. I mean, they've clearly been able to help put away a lot of criminals with this. And when we think about this whole situation of smartphones in general, the first smartphone that ever came to be, for me, was an immediate tracker device. Like, that's how I saw it. It's the fastest way to track you, everything you do. And now with social media as well, everyone's just got all their information online. So no one can really cry wolf is what I'm saying. I mean, we all asked for it. We purchased a smartphone. We gave away all of our information. We get what we deserve. We reap what we sow. We can't throw a fit about it. We really can't. The only way to truly be safe is to go back to the flip phone days and don't sign in from your phone with email and use your computer and, put on VPN and basically live like a hermit. We don't want that, right? We want to be able to experience the phones and have fun with it. And if you're a criminal, well, then it's your fault for using these phones. You got to be more careful, I guess. I wouldn't know. I don't live that life, so I don't do those things. But, I don't know. Interesting story, I guess. We'll see how this pans out. If I get more updates, I'll let you know. I'll be tracking it. Curious to see how this pans out, if it really even goes anywhere. I don't know. I don't know where this will go, to be honest, but I figure, I'll share it. Why not? Some of you may enjoy this. Either way, thank you so much for stopping by and watching. Catch you later. Bye for now.